Hello, macadmins. How are you guys doing? Namaste. So, today I've got a very interesting topic. I'm sure 99% of you would relate. We will try to troubleshoot network dropout problem using an application which you would build from scratch using a script. So, what we are going to do is we are taking a script, converting it into an application, and giving it to the users, which they could run even when they are offline. Okay, so let's start. So around 4 or 5 years back, one of our officers reported that whenever they connect to network shares and they continue to work, randomly it just drops. And when we asked the users, oh, when it dropped, were you able to open other websites? They were not sure because they said we are designers. We design and store things on the shared. So we are not sure if the network was dropped. So what we did is we created an application. We called it Ping app. What it was doing is uh, it created a log. It actually just pinged the server and wrote the result in a file. So what we told users, whenever you feel it, whenever you see a dropout or your network share drops, double click on this application, wait for like 5 minutes, then call help desk or just send the file. So we had a solution for them that you could send the file to our team and we would do the troubleshooting and try to understand. So using that, we were able to find, was it the network that was dropping or was it network share? So the exact problem is something that we don't really want to talk about. But in our case, it was not the network itself, but the network share. And to solve that, we installed Extreme ZIP solution and all. But let's get to the point. Let's try to convert a script using an application that would take a log and an application that user could run. It doesn't matter if they are online, connected to the Jam server, Intune server, FileWave server, Kanji, whatever you are using. It's pretty smooth. Let's start. So there are different ways. There is a Python script out there that you could use to do it, but what I use is Platypus. It has an amazing interface and you could customize things a lot. So first thing first, when you create an application, it needs to be code signed, right? So if you have a developer certificate, you could go to settings and it would show here and then you could probably use it. I haven't used. So if you don't have a developer certificate and you create an application, you might have to tell users you have to right click and click on open instead of double clicking. That being said, let's get to the point. We call this application ping.app. And what I did is, now I'm trying to do things from scratch. What I just now did before this call, actually I did a recording, but then there was a background, so I had to just delete the recording. But what I did is I went to ChatGPT. I said, okay, create a bash script to run on Mac. You have to tell it that it has to be run on Mac. Otherwise, it could create according to Linux as well sometimes. Run on Mac, and it should keep pinging the server called, in my case, store.applecurl.com. And the ping should be recorded in a log file continuously. The log file should have timestamp as well, because if you just do ping, it doesn't have the timestamp. Create the log file in this location. And then it created for me. What I did is I tested the script to see if it works. So let's do it again. Sudo sh-x, and the script is on my desktop right now. Network tester, and it's creating in USR shared. So here is the file that just got created, 1459. We could hit a space bar to see. So you see, probably it modified the previous file, but it has the timestamp and we could know what's happening at which time. And then, you could trim these extra lines which you don't want. But at this moment, let's keep it simple. This is solving our purpose, so it's okay. So the file is getting created. Let's go back to the script. Control Z, delete the file so that when we create the application, we make sure that it works. Let's get back. So this is the application which is called Ping. So I don't want my name here. It should be the Apple Cult. Not even here, the Apple Cult. Okay, you want it to be running after the script is executed so that it keeps taking log till the time you quit the application. Okay, So where is your script? You define the path of script, in our case network tester, which is on my desktop. It's pretty simple. Let's go step by step in case I'm missing something. So network tester is the name of the application which it automatically took from the script, but I want it to be something else. I want it to be ping app. Okay, so it's modifying everything, but the called, let the name be now. We don't have time. So script is as such, you could bundle all these types of script, and in our case it's .sh, so we make it .sh. Do you need an interface when the script runs? Do you want something to show to the users? I think it's not necessary, so let's do none. Okay, that's it. And because this share where it's putting the file is the output log file is pretty simple, so is accessible by everybody, so I think it's okay. Oh, we forgot to talk about the script. Let's quickly talk about it. So what it is doing is it's defining a path where you want to take a log, and while the script is running, it's taking the timestamp and putting it, and every it sleeps and then tries to log at with a gap of 1 second. So that's it. That's in our script. Let's try to create the application. This is very minimal application. Okay, so the script is created. Sorry, the application is created. Apologies. I don't like the icon. Let's change the icon. Okay, so here, select image. I have kept something on my desktop. Now it looks pretty. Ping gap, rename it. Yeah, sorry, replace it, I meant. Yes. So here it is. Now let's see if it works. First we go to the USR shared folder to make sure, user shared folder to make sure the file is not there. Okay, it's not. Now and it's sorted by date modified. Now we go back to the desktop. This is our application. When you launch it, it looks pretty awesome. It looks like a real application. It's here. It's running at the background. How would you know? By looking at the icon and looking at the file if it's getting created. So the file was created 1502. So the latest log is 150242. Let's open it again. 150249. So it's creating the log file, right? It's sleeping for a second and then taking the log again. So this is what you could ask the users to run. Wait for a minute or two, depending on the situation, what you think, and ask the users to send the log file or just create a case and attach the log file. Nowadays, all the users could create the case themselves in every company. But this is what it is. It's pretty simple application. You created the log file. Now, if user has to quit it, they can just quit. And the file is created. That's it. The application and the script would quit. Let's see. 150323. We'll just make sure that it's not creating a new line. 150323. That's it. We let it go. We come back. 150323. So the script stopped when you kill the application. So it's pretty simple. You could create your own, give it to the users, ask them to check the log file. And it's not about network shares only. You could give it for any other type of network troubleshooting based on the scenario, right? In our case, it's pinging google.com, but you could also ping your network share if somebody says that, the network share is problem. So you could ping it. You could also ask them to ping it in the background and just leave it for an entire day and let it take the log. So once the log file is created at the end of the day, they could zip it and send it to you. What I'm trying to say is try to create a solution that you could give it to the end users and you don't really have to be present throughout the troubleshooting. This is really amazing. Try it, let me know. And if you could think of any other scenario for which we could create application, try it yourself. Let me know if there is any problem or any help you need. We would be glad to help. Okay, that's it for today. Have a good day ahead.